Welcome back to Crypto Analysis Lab. Let me guess something. If you're here, you've probably already tried to make this market work for you. You've tried indicators, RSI, MACD, moving averages, oscillators, custom indicator packages, maybe even strategies built entirely around them. And at some point you asked yourself, why doesn't this work for me? Most indicators share a fatal flaw. They tell you what already happened while you are trying to predict what comes next. Trading the right edge of the chart requires forward-looking logic, yet standard tools only summarize market history. This gap between past data and future price action is precisely where most retail capital is lost. Today, I want to answer that question without blaming you and without blaming indicators. This leads to a repetitive cycle that every frustrated trader knows too well. You add an indicator, it fails, so you lose money. Then you change the settings or add a newer indicator, hoping for clarity, but the result is only more confusion. Let me say this clearly. Indicators are not the problem. Indicators are tools, and tools are never good or bad by themselves. The real problem is how indicators are taught. In most courses, indicators are treated as decision makers. If RSI is here, buy. If MACD crosses, sell. But this is not how professionals use tools. This is how beginners are taught to depend on them. Here's an uncomfortable truth. The reason you are stuck is due to a fatal imbalance in trading education. Most retail courses sell you the easy path, spending 90% of their time on tools and signals because they look impressive and feel actionable. They ignore market context because it's hard to teach and requires nuance, but context is exactly what defines long-term success. Understand this fundamental truth. Tools are just equipment. They are not experts. The retail myth treats indicators like decision makers, as if you are obeying a calculator. In the professional reality, an indicator is merely a precision tool, like a surgeon's scalpel. A scalpel doesn't know where to cut, the surgeon does, based on the anatomy of the patient. Context answers the critical questions that indicators never will. It answers to the question like, what is the current market environment? Is this a trend or a range? Where is the risk concentrated and where does my thesis fail? Indicators cannot answer these questions. They can only follow the data that context provides. They can support decisions, but they cannot define reality. Using an indicator without context is like holding a compass in the middle of a massive storm. The compass might provide direction, but it doesn't tell you anything about the environment you're fighting. Blindly following signals without understanding the weather of the market leads to disaster. Context must always precede execution. Amateur traders seek signals because they provide the illusion of certainty. But professionals know that markets operate on a distribution of probabilities, not certainties. Professionals assess the odds, while amateurs look for a green light. When that false certainty inevitably collapses, your discipline breaks along with it. You must build your foundation starting with context, then move to structure and risk. Tools and indicators are merely the tiny tip of the pyramid. If you reverse this order and choose the tool before the foundation, failure is guaranteed. From now on, indicators must serve you, not command you. Use them to support, filter, and confirm a thesis you've already built. Never let a tool decide for you or replace your own analytical thinking. It is time to stop reacting to lines on a screen and start assessing the market like a professional. If indicators failed you, it's not your fault. You didn't fail, you were simply taught backwards. You were handed a scalpel before you were taught anatomy. In the crypto analysis lab, we prioritize market context first. Entry tools are introduced only when they truly belong. Check our public syllabus to see the roadmap for yourself. In the next video, we'll talk about another misunderstood idea, what consistency actually means in trading. If this video helped you reframe your past experience, write reset in the comments. And if you want structured professional trading education, not tool-based hype, consider subscribing.